Good evening, friends. Thanks a lot for joining this call. I'm Rajiv Maniyar and I have with me Mr. Navneet Munot, our MD and CEO, Mr. Prashant Jain, ED and CIO, and Naveen Gogia, Co-Head of Sales. Both our leaders are here today to explain the recent developments at HDFC AMC in the investment team and to explain the way forward. I would now like to hand it over to Navneet and take the call forward. Over to you, Navneet, please.
Thank you, Rajiv. Good evening to all. As you all know, Mr. Prashant Jain, our ED and CIO, is retiring from corporate life after a spectacular 19-year-long stint at HDFC AMC. We cannot thank him enough for his contribution, not just to the HDFC AMC, but to the mutual fund industry and the Indian financial markets in its entirety. For the last 3 decades, Prashant has made an indelible mark on the investment community with his unparalleled dedication and commitment to excel in his field of work, while also setting a high level of benchmark with his humility and work ethics. As everyone knows, Prashant has a distinction of being the longest serving fund manager in India. He has been in the same job for over 25 plus years, or actually nearly 30 years. Of course, without him doing anything, his business cards have changed. He joined 20th Century Mutual Fund in early 90s, which was then acquired by Zurich Financial Services. And in 2003, when Zurich decided to move out of India, Prashant, along with their schemes, moved to HDFC Mutual Fund. I've known Prashant for many years. We have enjoyed very good friendship, and I have the highest regards for him as a fund manager, as a CIO, and as a fine human being. It's been an absolute joy working with him over the past 1.5 years closely, and I will surely miss my daily conversations with him. The HDFC AMC investment team is known to be amongst one of the best in the country. As I said, it's been nearly 1.5 years at HDFC AMC for me, and I can vouch for the processes as well as the depth. We have an institutionalized investment philosophy, a robust portfolio construction framework, and a stringent research process that we believe is among the best in business. These set of tenets are well imbibed by each one of our colleagues in the investment team. In terms of strength of our investment team, on the equity side, we have several fund managers with decades of experience in fund management and research. Chirag Setalwad, he has experience of over 20 years. As you would know, Chirag was one of the founding members of the investment team when HDFC MF launched his first set of schemes in the year 2000. Gopal Agrawal has experience of over 18 years, Roshi Jain over 20 years, Srinivas Ramamurthy over 15 years, Anand Ladha over 18 years, Rakesh Vyas over 20 years, and I'm sure several of you would have interacted with most of them over the years. We have further strengthened our team by adding Rahul Baijal, who has just joined us from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Rahul is a PGDM from IIM Calcutta and has experience of over 20 years across sell side and buy side. We have 9 dedicated analysts with experience ranging anywhere between 6 to 20 years. Most of them have experience of over a decade and are counted among the best in the sectors that they respectively cover. The combined years of experience of our equity investment team, when I look at all of these people, would come to something like 230, 240 years. As you are aware, we also have long history of managing passive funds. For that, we have Krishan Daga and Arun Agrawal, who manage arbitrage fund and passive strategies, both again with experience of 25 years each in the industry. I would like to highlight that the combination of our overall team strength, our philosophy, our processes, our robust risk management, all of this has helped us successfully tide over many market cycles in the past, and we are equally well placed to deal with them in the future. On the fixed income side, we have Shobhit Mehrotra and Anil Bamboli, who have been with us for over 18 years. Shobhit has experience of over 30 years in fixed income, while Anil would have experience of around 28 years. They are really veterans. Anupam Joshi, again a veteran who manages some of our fixed income schemes, has experience of over 2 decades. Vikash Agarwal, another fixed income fund manager, has experience of over 16 years, and of that 14 with us. Praveen Jain, fund manager and a credit expert, has experience of 17 years. And along with a couple of other analysts, I think we are talking about a total experience of over 140 years on fixed income fund management and research side too. Again, our emphasis on institutionalized processes has helped us wade through some of the toughest times with confidence and character on the fixed income side. This highly talented, highly skilled, highly committed team will now be led by an able duo of Chirag and Shobit. As most of you would know, and I mentioned earlier, Chirag has been one of the founding members of the investment team when we launched our schemes way back in year 2000. So he's been with us from like day one in 2000, but for a couple of years in between, that was sometime in 2004 to 2007. He's now going to lead the equity team. Chirag has been one of the most respected fund manager in India, managing hybrid equity fund, our mid cap fund, our small cap fund, and CGF. Shobit Mehrotra will take over as head of fixed income. Shobit again is a veteran fixed income fund manager with over 3 decades of rich experience in fixed income and credit research. I mentioned a few minutes earlier. Both of them together will be leading a team of 30 committed investment professionals. Both Chirag and Shobit have been part of our system for long, and that should make for a very comfortable transition in terms of fund management and research process. At SDFC AMC, we are very proud of our people. We are very proud of our processes. We are very proud of our philosophy, our robustness of our risk management, and we have seen various market cycles and have stood test of time. Once again, on behalf of SDFC AMC family and on behalf of all of you, I place my sincere thanks and gratitude to Prashant. I wish him all the very best in his new inning. And I'm very confident that this team will leave no stone unturned to take the legacy forward. Thank you all for your support to SDFC AMC. May I ask my dear colleague Prashant to say a few words?
Yeah, thanks, Navneet, and good evening, friends. As you must have heard, after 31 years in the industry, about 29 of managing money, and 19 with HDFC Mutual Fund, I would like to now move on. The timing of this is mainly guided by the broad-based and very strong performance across HDFC's entire range of equity and hybrid funds across fund managers, which I am sure all of you will agree with. Over last few years, we have worked hard to strengthen the team, and it is showing in the broad-based performance, especially over the last few years. This is what gives me the confidence to hand over the baton as I move ahead with a very clear conscience that investors' money is in very competent hands. After careful consideration of various fund managers' strengths, experience, styles, the proposed allocation of funds is as follows. HDFC Balance Advantage Fund will be managed by Gopal Agarwal, Srinivas Ramamurthy, and Anil Bamboli. HDFC Flexi Cap Fund will be managed by Roshi Jain. HDFC Top 100 Fund will be managed by Rahul Baijal. As Navneet mentioned, each of these fund managers have between 15 to 20 years of solid experience and extremely impressive track records. I sincerely thank you all for your support all these years and request you to give us the same support in the times ahead. I assure you once again that our investors' money is in extremely capable and competent hands, and that we will leave no stone unturned. We will spare no effort to perform up to your expectations. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Prashant. Now I invite Naveen to say a few words and conclude the session.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining the call. Thank you for the confidence and the faith you have placed in us over the years. As you've already heard, that we've got a very solid investment team, and over the last 2 decades, we've developed expertise in generating alpha. Our commitment to you to engage further on engagement remains, and we look forward to your continued support. And thank you once again for joining this call. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.